I'm on a scent-smelling trip to Salalah, an Arabian seaport in Oman's southwest governorate of Darfur, the region that is the humid heart of the 6,000-year-old frankincense trade. Friends in the capital, Muscat, swear Darfur is the source not only of the world's best frankincense but also of the Arab world's finest bakour, incense hand-blended from resins, powdered flowers, perfumed oils, ground seashells, and other aromatics. Sold by female artisans from their homes, through women's associations, in souks, and at weekly markets. Bakour is burned daily in Oman to welcome guests, ward off bad luck, and cover cooking smells. Most important, bakours are part of the way men and women express themselves through fragrance, mixing and matching multiple scents according to season, whim, or social occasion. From childhood, Omanis learn to layer fragrance like artists building up colors in a painting. Marcia Dorr, a Muscat-based author of several books on Omani heritage, had explained to me. Women line clothes drawers with fresh jasmine and myrtle, apply scented oils and pastes to their hair and body, and add more layers by spraying perfumes onto incense-infused headscarves and abayas. My scent drawer at home in Cairo is no palette. It's a dusty, overstuffed shrine to faded adventures. Among the mementos, a bottle of Jean Patu's Joy from a high school Romeo suggested by his mother, travel souvenirs such as clove-bud oil from Zanzibar and a dial labeled elephant sweat, which the dealer claimed contained secretions from rubbing elephants in Nigeria. There's the mysterious, unlabeled crystal flask from my Filipina grandmother, decades of birthday and anniversary gifts, and a few touchstones of lost romances, stoppers shut from disuse, fragrances too agonizing either to toss or reopen. At 9 p.m. on a May full moon evening, I set off from my Salalah Beach hotel seeking an Omani fragrance makeover. Though I might not be up for sensing clothes stretched over a palm wood frame which sounds like a fire hazard, I would like to better use my collection by learning how to wear several fragrances simultaneously. The heat, which shuts down business midday, has barely dissipated, so I pause for a drink of fresh coconut at one of the gaslit street stalls selling mangoes, papayas, and bananas fresh from spring federal coastal plantations. Visited by Marco Polo and the Ming Dynasty Admiral Zhang, Salalah, once known as Darfur, is re-emerging as an exotic tourism destination, colored by current geopolitical intrigues. The government is restoring forts and millennia-old frankincense depots to attract cultural travelers, while tagging Salalah's harbor for the development of a $260 million cruise ship port and an expanded container ship terminal that could enable vessels to bypass the potentially fractious Iran and the Strait of Hormuz. The hope is that the new luxury villas and beach resorts sprouting along Darfur's dramatic mountain-backed coast will fill with vacationers from the Persian Gulf states. Meanwhile, on weekends hotel bars buzz with foreign contractors and staff stationed at the Great Air Base, which Oman has allowed the U.S. military to use for operations in Iraq, Afghanistan, and the Arabian Peninsula. In Salalah's central district of low cream-colored modern buildings, the tradition-minded ruler of this oil-rich nation has banned skyscrapers. I ask directions to the Hafa souk and its row of female bakour merchants. I am on a pilgrimage to meet Layla al-Baraka, the local scent guru whose Arabic moniker means the blessed. Three men wearing embroidered kuma hats and white dishes with the traditional tassel that the callers stand at her glass counter, selecting gifts for their families. Clad in a black abaya, headscarf, and face veil, al-Baraka sprinkles pinches of different bakours onto a hot disk of charcoal in a red and green painted clay incense burner. Between samples, the men sniff an open tin of ground coffee to clear their olfactory receptors. I'm immediately reminded of a wine tasting session, then use their right hands to scoop smoke tendrils up to their nostrils. Al-Baraka indicates with her cold-rimmed, smoke-shot eyes that I should take a seat. Awaiting my consultation amid mysterious aromas, animal, vegetable, mineral, I detect a few familiar notes: rose, jasmine, and sandalwood. Al-Baraka makes bakours along with perfumed hair oils and skin unguents. 10 years in the business she learned from her mother have enabled the single 30-year-old to buy a house for her extended family. I ask if, like some Western perfume creators, she has a story or a person in mind when designing a scent. She replies that Omanis already know what they are after, what they like and don't like. Many buy pure ingredients and make their own bakour at home. Her advice is practical, almost pharmaceutical. Musk binds perfumed oils to fragrant wood. Sandalwood powder helps smoke cling to your clothes. Ground cardamom pods serve as the burning agent for clients who can't afford expensive ingredients. I tell Al Baraka I'd like to select the Bacoa to take back to my husband in Cairo, who, it must be said, has asthma. I want to sweeten our home and broaden our senses, not kill him. Hearing that we are both Bacoa virgins, Al Baraka reaches with henna-painted hands for one of her best sellers. Handwritten on masking tape, the Arabic label translates as wood function. The name, it turns out, refers only to the product's base, slow-burning pieces of high-quality wood. Wood is the Arabic term for the fragrant ebony-colored resin secreted in reaction to an invasive fungus by the heartwood of Aquilaria malaxensis, an Asian evergreen tree. In a process analogous to creating cultured pearls, Aquilaria trees on plantations from Thailand to Indonesia are artificially infected to produce the resin, also called aloes wood and agar wood. Wild wood is now exceedingly rare and can cost tens of thousands of dollars per pound. A thumb-sized fragment will burn for hours, releasing a sweet, earthy aroma that to a desert imagination evokes something sublime, the fertile, humid undergrowth of an eternally green forest. Oud has of late become a buzzword for luxury among perfume marketing consultants, for whom it evokes a deep-pocketed universe of prestige-conscious Arab sheiks, and a fragrance trend led by the likes of Kilian Hennessy, Christian Dior, and Tom Ford. In Defer, Al Baraka informs me, affluent honor-obsessed mothers order pungent oud bacoas for their daughters' weddings. The bride's skin will be polished with scented scrubs and massaged with perfumed oils and creams. Hands and feet will be hennaed, hair scented with pomade. The final touch is the Bacoa Sense de Fairy wedding garment, the tent-like dress of black velvet embroidered with crystals and sequins. The scent of wood function in the jar is heavy, dense, and tinged with rose oil. For the full effect, Al Baraka advises, I should light it up precisely 2 hours before my beloved comes home from work. She turns to pluck a little something for me from a shelf of gold jars and glittery crystal bottles. Rubbed on the skin, she says, this solid perfume of white musk and powdered frankincense will soften my arms and help wood function seem more interesting, creating the fragrant equivalent of a conversation and a lingerie ensemble. Back at the hotel, the air in my room smells stuffy. How could I not have noticed this before? I tried lighting some frankincense purchased in the souk. The crystallized set of Boswellia sacra trees, frankincense was a gift of the Magi, once more valuable than gold. I take care to place the ashtray on the bathroom sink so I don't inadvertently tip over the charcoal disc and set the whole establishment ablaze. Pearl-sized globs shine and dissolve in the heat, releasing the fragrance of citrus, mint, black pepper, and camphor that transports me from the shore of Arabia to a childhood church Christmas pageant. The Omani practice of burning incense for pleasure as well as hygiene is a remnant of a time when frankincense, a multi-purpose aromatic with antiseptic qualities, repelled bugs and appeased deities in the temples of Mesopotamia, Egypt, Greece, Rome, and Byzantium. Today in mosques, shopping malls, offices, and hotel lobbies across the country, translucent nuggets sizzle and sputter on charcoal braziers or electric incense burners, the practice so prevalent that travelers immediately register the national signature scent, as much a leitmotif as dried lavender is to the south of France. At the Museum of Frankincense in Saladla, there is a small ornamental orchard of Boswellia sacra, squat, short-trunked trees with curly green leaves and a liver red wood beneath paper-thin silver bark. But to visit the wild groves where the resin is actually harvested requires a guide and a 4x4. Musallam Hassan Al-Mari, a 51-year-old former Omani army officer, picks me up at my beach hotel the morning after my shopping sortie. We are headed to the Wadi Daqqa Frankincense Reserve, the forest of 5,000 trees that's 25 miles north of Salalah and a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Near the ruins of a 5 millennia old caravan depot,